traditional relaxation, but it's absolutely lovely. I've got my instructions here just in case I forget anything, because it's quite long as well. Let me just move it out of the way. But yeah, I feel so much happier with my decision, because I've been stressed for a whole year. I didn't realise that was what was happening. So I'm feeling like me, feel happy, a bit of a sore throat, but I'm all right. So let me just.
Well, welcome back, Happy Kelly.
I haven't got any lights in my house, so we're lamp lighting here today. So yeah, I've had a lot of things happen. So just come to standing in the middle of your mat. And we'll start giving both of the hands a shake out. So loosen up your fingers. And it's nice to be back. Nice regular thing that we do. I love it. Just feel your thumbs loosening up, and your first finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger, and your little finger. So we're just bringing both sides of the body into balance, into harmony. Bless you.
Yeah.
And then feel that lovely flow as it goes into the palms of your hands, and then into your wrists. Feel your biceps relaxing, your shoulders. Just give your knees a bend. Feel any tension just dissolving from your shoulders. Like this, we're going to bring the hands up through the midline of the body. Give your arms a shake up overhead. And then just pause. And in your pause, breathe in and reach up and lift up through the sternum, stretching up. Let your shoulders relax. Take another breath in. And as you breathe out, let both arms come down as you create a circle in front. The arms rest by your sides. And then lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Squeezing into those, into the shoulders. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, just relax those shoulders down. Going to take the weight over into the left leg. So take your weight over into your left leg. You can pop your hands onto your hips for balance, and we're going to circle the toes on the right foot. And you can use those strong core muscles to keep you supported. And just enjoy this movement. Relaxing and releasing any tension from the ankle. And then change your direction, go the other way. And then give your foot a shake. And feel the sole of your foot relaxing, and the toes. Fabulous. Feel that vibration as it moves into your ankle and your calf muscle, into your knee. And there we go, up into the thigh, loosen up the quad. And then just let the leg come to the front. And then take your leg across your body. That gives your brain a bit of a workout too. Oh, there we go, nearly fell over. And bring the foot back down, place it back down. So all we've done is arms, and we've done one leg. So if you want to have a whole body shake out, you can, Chloe. Take your weight into your right leg. Lift your left foot, circle your toes. Okay, just taking those toes around, feeling the ankle joint relaxing. Okay. And then change your direction, go the other way. And then give your foot a bit of a shake. Feel the sole of the foot relaxing and your toes. Top of your foot. And then inviting that shaky movement to go into your calf muscle and your knee. Into your thigh. Fantastic. So we're just preparing the body, and in this case, we're preparing the body to lay down. which is great. We're going to do a dynamic relaxation, and it's just wonderful. Let your leg come to the front, and then take your leg across your body. And here's the best bit: place your foot down on the ground and have a whole body shimmy and a shake, bring everything into harmony and balance. There we go. And come back to standing. And we're going to go up to the shoulders, and with both of your shoulders up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, just relax both of those shoulders down. And then we just begin to move the right and then the left. And this process, this movement, has an element of unraveling, mobilizing your shoulders. And as you mobilize your shoulders, your hips join in as well. And you start to enjoy a feeling of relaxation in the spine. Start to lift your elbows as well. That's wonderful. Some nice big circles at the elbows. And then lengthen your arms and swing your arms through. This compresses the kidneys, so it's great if you've had a busy week. It soothes your adrenals, it helps to let go of any stress, anxiety, all those things that bind us up. And then from here, all we're going to do is step out and create a lovely figure of eight. And just flow into that figure of eight and close your eyes. Just enjoy moving, feeling the element of air as your hands move past. And use this lovely movement to stretch out any part of your spine, any areas of tension, tightness. And almost got a feeling of spring in the air. You can feel as though you're spring cleaning your energy body. Very windy out there today. Yogis say the wind blows away the worries. It blows away anything that we don't need. I like that idea. I'm also not a big fan of wind. Let your body come forward and down into a nice wide-legged forward bend. And just let your hands move around the ankles and knees. You can bend your knees. Feel your spine relaxing down. And then let your body come to stillness. And just pause in that wide-legged forward bend. You can bend your knees at the crown of the head. Hover over the mat. And just have a sense, an element of calming down, soothing the whole of your body, your energy system. And then we're going to walk the feet closer together to hip distance. Bend your knees. Let your abdomen rest onto your thighs. And then take a breath in, engage core muscles and start to stand up. And as you stand up, stack each vertebra, lift your hands up through the midline of the body and stretch up. The sternum lift and feel as if you're exploring an extra vertebra there. Lovely, let your shoulders relax and let both hands come down on this side of the body. And then we're just going to do one more activation movement, which I think is essential in any practice because it gives your spine a lovely twist and it can really help to hydrate the discs. So just separate your feet and bend your knees a bit and just start turning left to right. Make sure you've got plenty of space at the sides. Make it a lovely lazy movement. As though the bones have no arms in them. That's not right, is it? The arms have no bones, they're just soft. And in this sense, they're a massage tool. And they just keep turning. And first of all, we let the awareness be at the base of the spine and the coccyx. And gradually just start to let the arms lift up a bit. So level of the hips, level of the elbows, wherever you might be today. And then lift the arms up a bit more. Notice where you're feeling it in your back, in your spine. And then now, coming up to the level of the shoulders, and you can just add in an extra tap onto the opposite shoulder. You feel a nice stretch between your shoulder blades. It's where tension can build, especially if you've been doing lots of driving or holding phones and things. And then let your arms go into that space. And hopefully it's nice and warm up there. Just twisting away, releasing any stress. Let those arms come back down. And as your arms come down, lift your heels and feel a nice lengthening through your spine. Let the arms lift. These movements, they never get old. They never get tired of them. They're so beneficial. They really affect us on a deep level, physically and mentally. Activate our bodies, activate our senses. And then let your arms go into that space again. Really embrace that movement. Feel the air and just tune into that feeling of freedom. And then let your arms come back down. And just take note of how different they feel. And then we're just giving these a tiny little bend, just to strengthen the quads. And then let your body stand in position. Fantastic. So just going to do a few nice forward bends and standing stretches. To get prepared for laying down. I love that. So just feel the ground underneath your feet, your toes. Notice your heels and the ball of the foot. I'm going to say you're spreading your weight, or evenly distributing your weight throughout your body. And the ground underneath your feet. And just take a moment to gently engage the muscles in your legs, your calf muscles, quads. And then relax. Gently lifting pelvic floor muscle up towards the crown of the head. And parking your pelvis into neutral. The sternum lift. And experience that feeling of spaciousness in your chest. Let your shoulders just lift up towards your ears and circle those shoulders back. Take a few moments to sink into that place of alignment where your body feels completely comfortable. I'm just going to let both hands lift up through the midline and take a wonderful stretch up, lifting the sternum, breathe in. Let your palms face down towards the ground. Keep your hands close to your body and just come down into your forward bend. You can bend your knees as you come down, engage core muscles and gently begin to stack each vertebra as you rise back up. Breathe in as you come up, and you can open the arms out as if we're doing a sun salutation. And then folding back down. You can breathe out through your mouth as you come down if you wish. Bend in those knees, engage core and rise back up. Breathing in as you go, opening out. Lovely. Going back down. Now this time just pause for a moment in your forward bend. You can place your hands onto the ground or onto the mat if you want to. You can bend your knees. Let the crown of the head hover over the ground. And then take your fingertips just behind at the ankles. And then as you stand up, just trace the fingertips up the back line of the legs. And then come back up to standing. You're going to slide your hands underneath your ribs with your fingers pointing down to support the sacrum. We're just going to stretch the front of the body. Now try to keep your chin down towards your chest as you ease your hips forward and just enjoy that stretch. And then re-engage core muscles and glutes. Let your body lift up straight, hinge forward, slide the hands back down towards the ground. And then we're going to lift back up through the front. Hands come back up through that midline. Brings the energy system into alignment. Open out. And then let your palms come together. And all we're going to do is just take a very gentle stretch over towards the right side. So got a nice stretch through the left. And then engage those core muscles, come back up through the middle and go the other way. Lift back up. And then let both arms just come down by your sides. And you might just want to close your eyes and stand in that peaceful space. Beautiful. And then I'm going to invite you to come down onto your mats and to lay on one side. So if you want to just move your cameras so I can see you, and I would suggest to pop a little cushion underneath your head. I'll show you. So we're going to come onto one side, and you want to have your legs at a right angle to your body with your back very straight. Head onto a cushion and both arms are extended out at shoulder height. Just give you a moment or two to get down there. I'm just going to go and grab myself a glass of water because I've not got one. So we are going to begin this movement by the hand that's on top is going to be like the pencil of a compass. And all you're going to do is begin to circle that arm around. It goes up overhead, shoulder girdle opens and the hand comes all the way back around. And then your hand connects to the hip and then traces from hip to knee. And then both hands reconnect. That's it, yeah, make sure you've got a clear path around. And we're going to do this for a few minutes or so. Brilliant. So and make sure you've got that space and the shoulder girdle opens. The back axis. And the hands reconnect. You can synchronize your breath with this movement. So you're breathing in as the arm goes up overhead and breathe out as the hand traces back from your hip back to your knee. So we want to make the arm as heavy as possible, stretching out the pectoralis muscles, the big muscles in the back as well. Just taking your time. If possible, keeping the hand in connection with the ground, but that's not always possible. It can take in some cases, it can take take a while, and sometimes the hands don't ever come down, and that's just because our bodies are all built differently. Okay, so next time, both of your hands reconnect, just pause. Okay, so I'm going to trust that both of your hands have reconnected. So what we're going to do is lift the upper arm up so it's vertical on an in-breath, and then as you breathe out, it comes down behind. So breathe out, refresh core, breathe in, the arm comes up overhead, and then head rolls, shoulder rolls, and the arm comes down behind, and you turn your head so you're looking behind you. Perfect. Pause for a moment, feel the space in the chest, and then when your breath re-enters your lungs, engage core, breathe in, let that arm lift up on the in-breath and down as you breathe out. And we'll do this a few times. So breathing in, arm lifts, it's as though it's lifted by the breath, and then as you breathe out, that arm comes down behind. And then just starting to move with that in your own time. So just taking your time. Synchronizing breath and movement, turning the head. And then let's make this one the last one. Arm comes up as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, that arm comes down. Just take a moment to experience that space. Use core muscles, and the arm lifts up. And then both hands will reconnect. It's all in the pauses, so just take a moment to pause in this shape. And then pressing your palms into the mat and just turn yourself over. So we can do the same thing on the other side. Again, set yourself up so you're in a good place. So you've got your knees at 90 degrees to your body, back straight, both palms are connected. And the first thing to do is just to breathe out, refresh those core muscles, and then start to let that arm that's on top starts to circle around. Make sure you've got space so it's not locking your shoulder in any way. Arm just goes around. And this movement is fantastic for helping to dissolve stress. Those mountains that you were carrying, you were only supposed to climb them. So it really helps to let any stress move shift from the shoulders. It's great if you do a lot of sitting at a computer, RSI. Always synchronizing the breath. The arm move. Breathe in as the arm goes overhead and breathe out as it goes on the underside. And then make this circle your last circle. Let your palms reconnect. Lovely. So both palms reconnect, breathe out. Engage those core muscles, and as you breathe in, let that arm lift up so it becomes vertical. And on your out breath, the arm comes down behind and you turn your head. Big deep breath in, breathe out, relax. And then when core muscles, so when the breath re-enters your lungs, engage core muscles, the arm come up. Exhale as the arm comes down. And we're going to repeat that a few times. So working at your own time, your own breath ratio. Up as you breathe in, and the out breath happens as you breathe out. A moment to pause in that shape. Arm comes up, both palms reconnect. Wonderful. You can, oh yeah, just do one. Yeah, do one more. Why not? Lovely. And then take time, roll yourself onto your back. And just bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your knees and just rock from side to side. So this is soothing the sacrum. It's stretching the psoas muscle. But most of all, it just helps us to relax. You're soothed after those movements. Place your hands onto your knees and circle your knees around a few times. And notice how the weight moves around the sacrum. And if possible, try to direct that weight all the way down to the coccyx. But if that's painful at all, just stay in the region where you're comfortable. And after a few circles in the one direction, change your direction. Lovely. Place the soles of your feet down onto the mat. So as we've got a bit longer on Friday morning, I'm going to get you to do a yoga pose. So we're just going to come up into the bridge pose. So you want to have your feet close to your sitting bones, so your buttocks. First of all, breathe out. Check that curve is flat under your back. And all you're going to do is lift up through your hips, press down into your knees and roll through and lift your hips up so your weight comes up to your shoulders. Make sure your throat is open. Knees are in alignment with your feet and hips. I'm just going to leave you to work through that lovely flowing bridge for a moment or two. Enjoying that beautiful pathway from the base of the spine all the way up to the neck, but always make sure that your neck is very, very relaxed. There's no compression in the tiny bones there, in the muscles. And just letting the body come slowly and steadily. Wonderful. As your body comes down to rest, you can Draw your knees back into your chest one more time. Hug those knees in. And then roll yourself onto one side, whichever one suits you best this morning. And then eventually bring yourself back to a seated position. So, I hope that you're both okay. It's nice to see you both. We're going to begin our dynamic relaxation in a moment or two. But before we do it, I just wanted to give you a bit of the background and tell you a little bit more about it. So dynamic relaxation is always performed laying down, and it's particularly good for people suffering from any kind of stress or anything at all. And what it can do is it can help to shift deep-seated trauma. So anything that we don't even know is there some of the time, and it's particularly good if you find it hard to relax or to be still, and because it's a moving relaxation, because you're always moving, it's very meditative, but it also requires concentration. And when we concentrate, it's one of the most effective ways there is to release stress, because you've got this one pointed focus. So when we lay down, our whole energy system lies horizontally, and as a result, the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system's activated, so our relaxation response is triggered. It's just absolutely amazing. So there's probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, there's probably about 10 or 15 different movements that we do, and we actually do a chunk of it in nearly every class because I include it. But these movements we're just going to practice now are going to be quite new to you. There's one that you'll know. So just get yourself seated so you're comfortable, but all this bit is going to be done with the arms. So as we get towards the end of the relaxation, we bring light into the body. And the way that we bring the light into the body is through something called the Akash Mudra. And the Akash Mudra looks like this. So it's just the thumbs connected and the tips of the index finger, and you make this triangle shape. So I'll just do it against my top, you can see it better because of the darkness. So do you want to just have a quick go at doing that? So you just connect the tips of your thumbs and the tips of your index finger. So you've got this triangle shape. Perfect. And the Akash Mudra is a mudra of spaciousness. So what we're going to do is just release your mudra. Let your hands come down by the sides of your body, and we're just going to take both hands up overhead. And then you're going to connect your thumb and your index finger up above your head. And it can be a bit, look, I missed them. So it can be a little bit tricky, especially when you lay down. And then we're going to lower this mudra down just over the crown of the head. You can feel as though radiant light is pouring down into the crown. And we're slowly going to bring the hands down in front of the eyebrow center. And then down further in front of the throat center. Then as we get to the heart center, all we're going to do is cross the arms over, so the wrists cross over. So it's a bit like when you make a dove. And then you continue to draw your hands down as if you're drawing that light down through your body. We're going to do it again. So when you lay down, your hands will be a couple of centimeters off the mat. So we're going to lift both hands up now. This time breathe in. Connect your thumbs and your index fingers. Guide those hands down. Light pours down through the crown, through the Ajna center at the eyebrows, the throat center. And then you cross your wrists over, and then you continue drawing the hands down as if you're drawing the light down through your body. So that's the first one. Feels lovely, doesn't it? The second one, now if you bring your right palm out and you have the little finger and the side of your palm just resting underneath your tummy button, so just around the level of the navel. And then what's going to happen is the left hand was going to go lift up at the side. So you're going to bring the left hand up. And this is what's called balancing polarities. And then the left hand comes down and it's as though you're drawing that light down again, down through the body. So the hands come down. So both palms are facing one another. And then you just do a little swap. So your left hand, you'll have the side little finger against your body. And then the right hand, just the same thing comes up. So you breathe it up. Lift that light up. Palm faces down, you draw it down. The right hand be there, the left hand comes out. You breathe in. Wonderful, let both hands relax. And then the third movement that we do is one that you know very well, is the breath of Arjuna, but we do it laying down. So you're going to cross both arms over in front, and it's as though you're being lifted up by your elbows. Breathing up. When you're on the floor, it feels a bit like a snow angel, and then you let both hands come down either side of the body. So it's actually got lots of space, and we do this one, I think, about 3 times. Lifting the elbows up again, breathe in. Filling the body with that light. Final lift. Fold. And we will just bring the hands back into Anjali Mudra, both palms connected at the heart center. And you might just want to close your eyes and rest in that peaceful space. You release your hands, and we're going to begin by laying down onto the mat. I'll do a few of the movements with you, but because you'll be laying down, you won't see me anyway. But I'll keep joining in with a few of them. But for most of it, I'll be sat here guiding you through it. You can see what's happening. So just let yourselves come down onto your backs. And I would say, if you've got some socks, put some socks on so your feet don't get cold. Because when I did this the other night, honestly, my feet were like icicles afterwards. But I have got a very cold, drafty house. But put some socks on. And when I taught it in the studio yesterday, one of the ladies said her hands got cold. So maybe we need gloves as well. And if you do need to bend your knees at all during this dynamic relaxation, please do. We do start with the legs stretched out, but make it comfortable for you. If you feel like if it's tight or it's pulling anyway, you can bend your knees. Or you can even put a cushion underneath your knees. Perfect. Oh, I like that. So we just begin by laying down and allowing the whole of your energy system to lie flat. So just adopting that Shavasana pose. And if you wish to bend your knees and rock from side to side again, you can do. Just letting the body settle in. So always remembering it's your yoga. Make it work for you. And this is just settling your energy system, base at Muladhara. And when you're ready, you can slide your legs away. And just let your body completely relax down. Just taking a few whole breaths. And then we begin by, first of all, just noticing the arms and the hands. And then let your awareness come into the right side of your body and your right arm. And as you breathe in, just gently refresh your core muscles. And you're going to breathe in and let that arm lift up so it's vertical above your body. And as you breathe out, the hand comes down behind you. That's it. So always synchronizing movement and breath. Refresh core, breathe in, let the arm lift up so it becomes vertical. And then as you breathe out, it comes down by your side. We're going to do the same on the left side now. So refresh core, breathe in, let that left arm lift up. Breathe out as it comes down behind you. Refresh core, breathe in, that arm lifts. Breathe out, the arm comes back down by your side. So I'm just going to invite you to get into a rhythm with your own breath. And when that in-breath arrives, the arm lifts. And as you breathe out, it descends down. And just allowing yourself to have a very short pause in between those breaths. Lips as you breathe in, breathe out as it comes down. Just getting into that beautiful flow, listening to your body's wisdom. Just letting the body tune in, taking a tiny pause in between, always refreshing core muscles. And as you get into a rhythm with the movement, start to become aware of your spine and how your spine feels, those tiny, tiny adjustments. And then allowing the body to be a little bit more still. And then we're going to begin to alternate the arms. And allowing the body to be still. Bring your awareness into the right side of your body. So just into the right side. And you're going to lift your right arm, but also lift your right leg as well. But so you'll be bending at the knee as your arm comes up. It's like there's a string or a thread attached between the palm and the knee. So the arm comes up, the leg lifts up, the knee bends. That's it. And as you breathe out, the arm comes down behind. And lifting up, your knee lifts, breathing in. And breathe out as the arm comes down. So I'll just do a little demo so you know exactly what I mean. So and then we begin to alternate. So you breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Tiny pause in between as you change sides. Breathe in, breathe out. Once more, getting into that beautiful rhythm of synchronizing your movement, your breath. This movement requires your absolute full attention. This is one of the secrets to a relaxed mind. It's that complete one-pointed focus. Just continue with these gentle movements for a few rounds, synchronizing movement and breath, and noticing what's happening in your spine. Just moving, same arm, same leg. Then we'll just do 2 more on each side. And let your body come back to resting in that place of stillness. Now going to begin cross-patterning. Cross-patterning means to move left arm and the right leg. So using opposite arm and opposite leg this time. And this really takes a lot of concentration. So allow yourself to get into that flow, refresh core. And it's up to you which one you do first, but opposite arm, opposite leg. Same movement. We're just going to continue doing this for a minute or two. And you'll be amazed how quickly this class is gone when we do these movements. Time flies. It completely resets your whole energy system. So if you've been a little bit under the weather or been very, very busy, and although these muscles are these movements are very subtle, they're very, very strong and energetic level. And so deeply strengthening for your core. Just one more in each side of the body. And let the body be still for a moment or two. Feel the ground underneath. the hips, under your feet, backs of the head. And the next movement we start with is the hip circling. And this is the one that we do in most of our classes already. So you're going to bring your right leg in towards your chest, just bending at the knee. And then take hold of it with both hands. Keep your left leg down onto the mat. And we're going to start to circle the right knee out to the right side and just start off with some very small circles and allow the diameter of the circles to become wider as you move into that hip joint. So breathe freely for this next part as you begin to circle the bent knee. And just allow the movements to smoothly increase. You might need to release your knee with one of your hands as your circle gets bigger. And as you move into this movement, let your eyes close and in your hip joint, allow yourself to visualize a ruby red light. Now, if you find that the light that comes through for you is a different color, that's absolutely fine. But because we're working at the level of Muladhara, it's normally perceived as red. Just let this light soothe your hip joint. Notice how the weight travels around the sacrum. And you can feel as though you're visiting the petals of Muladhara chakra. And it's said that our chakras, our energy system, are represented like petals of a flower. And Muladhara has 4 petals. So you can change your direction and allow that movement to circle back in again. Circling again. Then just pause for a second. Let the circle come back into its smallest circle. And then you're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, draw the knee down towards your chest. So let's press it down towards your chest. And then as you breathe out, just release the knee and just allow it to kind of bounce back up to its original position. So it just moves with the breath. It's a very subtle movement. And then we do it again. So breathe in, breathe out, draw the knee down towards you. And as you breathe out, it just moves away, bounces away. And then this time, draw the knee down towards you. And bring your nose up towards your knee. Lovely. And then let your head go back down onto the mat. Bring your heel down onto the mat and just slide your leg away. And then we're going to repeat that same process on the other side. So lift up your left knee now, isn't it? And just gently press it down towards your chest and begin that circling movement. So it's circling out to the left side to begin with. Enjoying those circles, and again closing your eyes and welcoming in that ruby red, that Muladhara red. And just looking at the screen here, in both of your rooms, you can see beautiful red carpet in Jenny's house, and Chloe's got a beautiful sofa with some nice red, deep red squares on it. And it's these colours I'm talking about. So that's just beautiful. So let your circle become bigger. You might need to take your hands from your knee. And then you can circle back the other way. And let these circles come in so they're smaller eventually. And then just pausing, holding on to your knee and breathe in. As you breathe out, press the knee down towards your chest. As you breathe in, just release the knee and allow it to move back into its place. And then we repeat that again. Breathe in, breathe out, draw down. And release your knee. Still keep your hands onto your knee though, so it's just a soft release. That's it. And then this time, bring the knee down towards your chest. Bring your nose in towards your knee, if that feels good for your back, neck. And then let the head come back down. And then bring both knees back into your chest now, because we've brought both of them into balance. And I'm hoping that they both feel similar. One might feel a little bit more work than the other. You're going to slide your left leg away this time and keep your right knee in your hand. And we are going to place your right foot onto your left knee. So we're going to do the twist. So the left hand is going to come over onto your knee. That's it, yeah. So opposite hand onto your knee and the other arm is on the ground, just supporting the twist. Now we do this a couple of times. So breathe in, feel a nice lung full of air, and then as you breathe out, you press that right knee down towards the left side, let your hips and pelvis roll, and then you turn your head so your head's pointing towards the opposite hand. You could lower your arm down a little bit if it felt a little bit a bit compromised in your shoulder. Relax into that twist, and then we're going to breathe in, engage core, and move back to the middle. And repeating that twist once more, so breathe in, and as you breathe out, drawing the knee down towards the side. Relax into that twist. And then use your core muscles, come back towards the middle. And then we're going to do that nose to knee thing again. So draw your knee back down towards your chest. That's it. And then lift your nose up towards your knee. So you've got like a diagonal stretch going on there. And then let your head come back down, and we'll do that twist one more time and see if there's any difference after bringing your nose down to your knee. So breathe in, breathe out, let your hips and pelvis roll, let your head turn. This is amazing for your digestive organs, for the whole energy system. And then roll yourself back to the middle, take your time. And then placing your hands on the back of your thigh. So you're going to bring your knee back in towards your chest, hand just behind your thigh, and then you're going to straighten your leg up towards the ceiling. So you stretch out your hamstring so your leg comes up. And it might feel a bit tight. And you can draw your leg in towards you, but make sure that there's a bit of resistance going on. So your leg is pressing against your hand. A nice hamstring stretch. And then bend your knee, place your heel onto the ground and slide your leg away. And then take a moment to notice the difference between the left and the right. So we're going to bring the left into harmony now. So bring your left knee back in. Place your foot onto your knee and your hand onto your knee. Or it'll be your right hand at the side this time, I think. So you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're going into your twist, let your head turn. Then using your core, use your breath, roll yourself back to the middle. I'm going to repeat that again, so breathe in. As you breathe out, hips roll, head turns, relax. And then rolling back to the middle. Now this time you press the knee down towards your chest and lift your nose up towards your knees. You've got a bit of a diagonal stretch going on. And then let your head relax back down. Lovely. Foot comes to your knee. Final time into your twist. Breathe in and breathe out and just deeply relax into that twist. And this really helps to clear the energy pathway, get your body's energy flowing. And then use your core, use your breath, roll back to the middle. And then we work with that hamstring stretch. So you can have both knees bent if you prefer. So you just place your hand behind the back of your thigh and then straighten your leg. So you're lifting your leg up towards the mat. And it's as though you're trying to bring the leg back down to the mat, but your hands are stopping it. So there's a resistance. And we get lovely, lovely hamstring stretch. Okay, let your leg come back down onto the mat. Slide the leg away. So I hope that you're okay. Now, we're going to do a spinal wave, but laying down on the mat. So the lordosis, so the curve behind your waist, we're going to extend that lordosis by tilting your pelvis forward. And that is going to create space between your lower back and the floor. So you just lift in, rolling the hips forward, you get a curve through your back, and then you're going to bring your shoulder blade together. So I'll just show you if you can see. So you're lifting up. So let me move the fur out of the way. So this bit here, so that curve in your back, all you're going to do is extend it so you lift up here and squeeze shoulder blades together. So it's a bit like the fish, and then you let the body come back down. So you overextend that lordosis, that curve, and just gently squeeze your shoulder blades together. So it's a spinal wave on the ground. And then breathe out, relaxing your body back down. We're going to do it again, and it's a wave-like movement along your back from the base. So you just overextend that lordosis, arching your back ever so slightly, shoulder blades come together. It's supported. And as you breathe out, the body comes back down. Press your heels into the ground now. And rotate your ankles in a circular motion. So just taking them around in a circle. I'm going to do it in the opposite direction as well. And then let your body relax. So this next movement is absolutely beautiful. And what we're going to do is raise both of the arms. And we're going to have a practice first of all. And we're going to raise both of the arms up over the body and behind. And when we do it the second time, we're going to bring into it the colours of the rainbow, the chakra system. So first of all, just breathe out, refresh core. And as you breathe in, begin to lift both of the arms up, keeping the palms facing one another. And you lift all the way up above the body. And then they go behind and come down to the mat behind you. So it might take a moment or two. Make sure you're not experiencing any pain as the arms come down. And then refresh core, breathe in, and start to let those arms lift back up so you come back over. That wonderful control. And you're breathing out as that the hands descend down by your sides. So this next time we do it, I'm going to do it slowly and move through the colours of the rainbow. So I'm moving through the chakra system. So I'll guide you through it. So refresh core and just begin to lift the arms up. And as the arms are above the level of the hips, the base, the colour is red. As you move over the sacral area, the colour is orange. The solar plexus is yellow. Heart centre is green, emerald green. Throat centre is turquoise. Eyebrow centre indigo. And as your arms come down behind, there is violet or golden. And we're going to lift both of the arms back up, moving back through that chakra system. So indigo, sorry, violet indigo, aquamarine at the throat, emerald green at the heart, golden yellow at the solar plexus, sunrise orange, the sacral area, and deep root red at the hips. And then we'll just work with that one more time. So just slowly lifting the arms up from Muladhara red, orange, yellow, green, marine, indigo. And then down to Sahasrara where we get violet. We see lifting it one more time, traveling through Sahasrara, Ashna, Shuddhi, and heart green, Manipur, yellow, Rajasthan orange, and Muladhara red at the base. And then relax, relax, relax. Just for a few moments. So here is where we begin with our shield of light. So those movements that we just had a moment to practice before we started the sequence. So let both of your hands be by your side with your palms facing upwards. And you're going to lift the hands off the mat, maybe about 1 centimetre or so, whatever works for you. And you're going to lift both arms up above your head, so making that snow angel-like shape, so the arms go out to the side, all the way up overhead, and you're going to make that Akash Mudra above the crown. And then we're going to guide the hands with that Akash Mudra, bringing that beautiful radiance down towards the crown of the head. You can feel as though gold and radiant lights pouring into Sahasrara at the crown. Going to guide the hands over the eyebrow centre, over the face, throat centre, down towards the level of the heart. And here's where we cross the arms over, so the wrists cross over. And then you draw that light down over your body like a shield of light. We're going to do this 3 times. So just taking the arms up again, breathing in, creating that shield, light all around me, within me. Create that Akash Mudra. Feel, experience that light pouring down over the crown of the head, over Ashna, the eyebrows, through the throat centre to the heart. Cross the arms over so the wrists cross, and you draw that shield of light down over your body, your organs. And we'll just do that one more time, breathing it up. Making that connection from this finger, mudra of space, presence. Let's go down over the face. Center. At the center. Of the heart, crossing the arms over. A shield of light. This time, just let your arms come down by your sides. Keep your right hand in, just below the navel, with the little finger in towards the body. And then the left arm is going to go up and you create this polarity. So left arm goes up, the crown of the head, the palm faces down, and it's as though you're drawing that light down. You bring in the two sides, the left and the right, bringing it into balance. Palms come close together. Then you turn the hand so the left palm is left little fingers facing the body, the right arm comes up now, breathe up. Creating that polarity. Feel the heart filling and overflowing with light as the hands come down. Creating a polarity between the left and the right palm, connecting Muladhara at the base with Sahasrara at the crown. So just one more time, lifting that. It's your left arm this time. Take that left arm up. To Sahasrara, to Muladhara. And then release both of your hands. Now you're going to cross both of your arms over and we create that breath of Arjuna on the mat. So it's as though you've been lifted by your elbows, hands go up through over the body. And then it's a bit like a snow angel as the arms come down. Again, that light is filling the whole of your body. You can silently affirm, I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace. As the hands are above the crown, you can feel as though that light is really intensifying at the crown of the head. Let's come down. And then this time, as the hands come down in front of the body, I'd like you to reconnect your thumb and your first finger and create the Akash Mudra once more, just over the abdomen with the triangle pointing down. And you can let your hand rest onto your body. We're just going to hold this mudra for a few moments to let the light build up in this area. And the light build up in the abdomen. Mudra. And then release your mudra and just let your hands, you can place them onto your heart. You can cross your hands over if you want to. Place your hands onto your heart, somewhere onto your body where you feel comfortable. And silently affirm, I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace. And if you wish, maybe draw a blanket over you. We've finished the moving part. My dynamic relaxation, so you might want to pop a blanket over you. We're just going to have a few moments resting into the stillness. What a gift. Just going to ease the body down. Just gently tightening the muscles in the feet, the legs, squeezing into those muscles, breathe into them. And as you breathe out, just soften, release, relax. Just tightening the glutes and the core muscles for the final time this morning. Just breathe into them. And breathe out, softening, softening. Roll your thumbs in towards your palms and wrap your fingers around your thumbs. And just roll the arms in towards your body. And then as you breathe out, just roll the arms away, your palms face upwards. Feel a space in your chest and your lungs. And if it feels good, just roll your head to the left side and to the right side. Your head comes to the middle. Scratch up your eyes, furrow your brow, wiggle your nose. Hear the sound of that breath within your lungs. And as you breathe out, invite the body to descend down into that place of stillness. Just going to breathe a feeling of presence, feeling of relaxation into the feet now. And as we've worked with light this morning, you can feel as though you're breathing light into your soles, into your toes. Light expands up into your ankles, into your calf muscles, resetting, revitalizing, re-energizing. A radiant light in your quads, in your knees, hips and pelvis. And breathe out. Relaxing feeling to arrive into the chest, into the shoulders. And breathe that feeling of softness into your face, into your eyebrows, into your cheeks. And as you breathe out now, I'm just going to invite you to spend a few moments just resting here in this place of stillness. If you need to move at all, please feel that you can. You need to bend your knees. Just spend a few moments just resting here. I am filled with peace. Filled with peace. And begin this process of reawakening now. We're going to use the energy, the vibrancy of the sun, returning sunlight. So above the crown of your head, again allow bright light, the light of the sun, and see its brightness and warmth, its generosity. And then invite that light to pour down over your body. And the quality of this light is to energize you and to rebalance you on all levels. Light flows down and it Boost your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Fills the senses with renewal, revitalizes you. Light flows into your spine, into your shoulders, into your arms, to your wrists, your fingers. Just deepening the breath now, and that light flows down through the central column of the body, like a river of light. Flowing into the organs within the abdomen. Every organ, every tissue, every cell within your body. And it goes into your legs, into your knees, into your feet, toes. And just start to move your fingers, start to move your toes, and maybe rolling yourself over onto one side. But do take your time. So we've been down here for a long time today. Rolling over onto one side, and then bringing yourself back to your seated position. And you might just want to close your eyes and sit for a moment or two. Just making sure however you're sitting comfortably. In your seat. Self sits within the seat of the soul. Noticing the ground underneath you. Just bringing your fingertips together and just rubbing the fingers together. And then bring the palms together and rub the palms together. Some warmth into your hands. Then place your nice warm palms over your eyes and the eyes to open. And then separate your fingers and let the light trickle on end of your forehead and tap eyebrows and your cheeks, your jaw, and your head. Give yourself a tap back into that physical body. Give yourself a dust off. Release any dust. Give yourself a nice hug. And if you want to give the other side a hug, you can. And then taking both arms up overhead, let your palms come together and guide your hands down in front of your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'm filled with peace. I invite you back this Friday morning.